Hi, welcome back to this session of Paint This with Jerry Yarnell, right here at the Yarnell School of Fine Art. And these lessons, folks, are just so much fun, and they're so informative, a little more relaxed than the actual TV shows we do. And I hope you're enjoying them as much as I am. And you can kind of, I don't know, I just feel more comfortable in this setting, like I'm in my own studio now working and teaching a class, like I do every week. And in fact, some of you have been there, and some of you have been there many times. And we want to invite you to give us a call sometime and set up an appointment and come by and see us. We'd love to have you do that. Now, we're going to work on something that we've done a little bit before, not to any extreme, but I know people like this because I get requests every week. And of course, we get calls from all around the world every day, people wanting suggestions to do things, giving us suggestions. And one of them is atmospheric things, wind and water and smoke and fog and mist and haze and lightning and how to paint a rainbow. Now, we've done lightning a little bit before. We've done, I think, a rainbow a long time ago. But now I want to really get down to the nuts and bolts, a little bit more detailed information on how to make it work. It's really fascinating. But before we do that, I want to show you some photographs so I can kind of clear the air on a few issues. Number one is, what is the order of the colors of a rainbow? Every time we do one in my classes, well, I do a lot of them in the studio when people come in, but I've never taught one like this in an actual lesson so much, is what is the order of a rainbow? Let me show you a few here. And these are some photos some that we've taken. Some, I don't know where they come from because people send me things out of magazines and things, I'm assuming. But you can see this is a normal standard rainbow. Now this one's got multiple tones to it. So it starts off with red, goes into the orange and the yellow, then blue overlapping the yellow turns it green, the blue overlapping this, you get purple, then you have, it just goes like that. So it starts off with the red. And you can see there's a double rainbow over some city, looks like, I think someone told me that was Hawaii. Now here's one, the format I want to use in this painting is we're going to do lightning, and I'm going to do a rainbow. Of course, we're going to make the rainbow bigger and wider and more colorful, but I want you to see that. It's very rare that you see lightning and a rainbow in the same shot, but it can happen. This is out in the desert down, I think, near Phoenix. Get a couple more here. Whoops, that's a blank one. I'll get that one in there. Now here's one that's got just a bright, vivid color from the other direction. See, it's the redder on this side. It goes down, it gets into the orange, the yellow, and the green, and then the blue. So you got to keep the order pretty right. Now, I'm not a scientist. I know nothing about this kind of stuff, but I do know that when you do it, you want to make it correct. So if you're, see the red, it goes into the yellow, orange, green, then the blue and the purple. Same thing up here. So they're all the same. So if you think about that, and it's the arch, see some are just less arch because of the way it was photographed, the distance you were standing, how much sky is there. Some are going to have a long arch depending on how far back you were standing when you took the picture. Some are going to be almost straight, see if you close in on it. But in reality, it would make an arch eventually. If you, isn't that cool? See, that just gives us that's the kind of the look we want to learn, how to keep it real soft. See how hazy it is on the edges? That's the part that's hard for people to do. Now, I'm going to teach that to you today. We're going to learn how to create a beautiful, brightly colored rainbow. Here's another one with lightning. It's not the best composition because they're all lined up evenly, but I like the lightning and I like the rainbow. And so that's kind of cool, I think. Now, this one's kind of interesting. It's not going to show up much but it means something to me. This is a full arch rainbow. See this one? Now, this was at my studio up in Angel Fire, New Mexico a few years ago when I lived up there and had my gallery. See, that's a full arch as it goes across the valley. That's the Moreno Valley down there, and then the rainbow. I was just out there one day cutting firewood, and I saw this, and it just almost a perfect arch. And then this is kind of interesting. That's my name, Yarnell, and that's a little town up there in Arizona. I thought you might want to see that just for fun. It's actually just a little town there. Then here's another rainbow. See, just in a dark atmosphere. I just want to give you enough of these so you can kind of see the different applications to them. Here's another one that's a full arch. See, like this. So it depends on your circumstance. So now let's go to some lightning. Isn't that cool? Now I'm going to show you how to do lightning. We're going to learn how to do a rainbow, and we're going to put them in the same painting. Remember, these are studies. These are not necessarily completed full painting, although this one might turn out to be a little more of that. I don't even know which direction this goes. But see the lightning? I'm going to show you how to do that. All lightning starts with some kind of a, see, like you can see it coming out underneath this cloud. It has a little burst of light. It's got a little haze around the veins there. Here's this one. I think this is the one I'm going to use today. I love this configuration. And it's got enough little veins that you can see how to do it. So I'm going to keep that one handy. Here's another one over a little city and a town. Multiple lightning strikes. If you live in areas where you have a lot of storms like we do, here in Oklahoma, you'll see this sometimes. Here's some black and white ones, different kinds of lightning. This one's kind of nice. See how fat this one is? It's hitting this tree right there, and it's making that tree glow. See how fat that is? So lightning can be anything. That's why I wanted to show you these, you guys. Let's look how fat this one is. So when you paint your lightning, and see it's got to come from some cloud, because it's cloud to ground lightning, these ones are. And then you look at this one that's multicolored over the city. Isn't that a fascinating thing? So I want you to see that so that you won't stereotype this as being something that you have to just stick to one plan, because lightning can be basically any shape as long as you follow the certain basic rules. Rainbows have to be a specific color scheme, but they can vary in the arch depending on what you want. So for our study, and I'm going to just have a little horizon right here, and we'll do something with it. We may put some little mountains, or just maybe it is a desert with just little tips, some pine trees or cactus, whatever part of the country we want it to be, and that'll be sort of a silhouette. This will be sort of a semi-stormy sky, because obviously both of these things, these atmospheric issues, are caused because of the beginning or the end of a storm. We don't know. Rainbows usually after the storm and the clouds are starting to move away. The atmosphere's right, everything just perfect. The sun coming through creates this prism, and you get this rainbow. So what we got to do is get us the sky, and that's a good lesson in and of itself. So I don't like to leave any stone unturned, as you guys know. So yeah, it's worth the time to do a sky, and then we're going to go from there. So what I want to do is have a fairly dark sky over here, and over here I'm going to have it as though the storm is passing on. So we'll make some little bit of blue sky. We'll have a little horizon color, a little pinkish horizon maybe, a little mauvish tint. Then we'll move into the darker tones. So all we're going to do is take our hake brush first of all, and I want to get down here to my gesso. And there's going to be some multiple things going on here, so just bear with me. You guys know the use for the hake brush now. Work it in good. Start up here at the top. Nice big, oh, by the way, this is an 18 by 24 stretched canvas, and I've used a medium light gray tint. This is on the warm side, and then so I can give you the mixture. It's burnt umber, ultramarine blue, and white until you get that value. Okay, this makes it a little bit easier to paint if you have a softer tone. Don't make this too dark if you're going to do this. All right, now just go ahead and put the gesso on over here. A little touch of water to make it slide. Going to have to get some more here. And most of you know I work with a dirty palette. I still get a lot of feedback from that. I think it's kind of funny. But see, I don't care if a little color gets in there, because we don't really use pure anything hardly in painting. Now I'm going to buy myself a little blending time, and these are all good little lessons to do too. So you take your mister bottle, get it on a real fine mist. You can lightly mist. You've seen me do that before. That way you can buy yourself some extra time. Now then, across the horizon here, I'm going to put sort of a warmer, I don't want to call it necessarily a sunset, but just some softer, warmer tones. Give it a little color. I've got Naphthol Crimson here. Now, you've heard me talk about that one. It's a brighter, let's go down here and just point this out. That's Naphthol Crimson. See, it's a brighter red. Over here is your standard cadmium red light, which is a little on the orange side. Most landscape painters like that when you do mostly groundwork. But when you need some crisper color, you can go to your Naphthol, and that's alizarin. So now I think that's a good color for most of you to add to your palette, and a lot of you already have. So that's a good thing, because I want this crisper, richer color here. So take this Naphthol, and you work it across.